You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This
Can you dig it?
Welcome to Trick or Triviality 6. I still know what you did the summer before last summer, right? Is that what it is this year?
I still know what you did the summer before last summer. That's correct.
The game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of scares and thrills.
Yeah, number 6.
Yeah, number 6 times.
Trick or Triviality.
Can
Jeff?
you believe it? We're still alive.
We are still alive. Jeff, what about your candy? How are you enjoying your candy?
Oh, I love candy. This is my favorite time of year.
What's your favorite candy?
Snickers.
Oh, I thought it was.
Didn't even have to think about it.
I thought it was peanut butter M&Ms.
No, I love peanut M&Ms, but my official favorite candy is Snickers.
Okay, Matt, favorite candy?
Favorite candy would be, that's a tough one. Probably Baby Ruth. I like the Baby Ruth.
Wow, you guys really like the nuts in the candy bars. I don't like nuts and chocolate.
Yeah.
That's nuts of you.
It is nuts of
I
me.
can't believe this is the 6th one. The 6th sequel is usually the worst, isn't it? It's one of the worst.
And we're well on the way, Matt. That's what
We are well on the way. While Ken introduces what's going on today, I'm just going to look up the best number 6 sequels because I'm really curious.
It's definitely Air Bud.
Yeah, Air Bud, probably. And then obviously you have Halloween number 6, which is, is that the one with Paul Rudd? Yes, it is. There you go.
That's Tommy Doyle. Classic role.
Classic role. Very crazy role.
The Curse of Michael Myers.
All right.
Great.
Well, it is Trick or Triviality 6. Jeff, you said before we started recording you never thought we'd get to this point.
That is true.
Ken, you said you thought you'd be dead.
I said that, yeah.
And Matt said, why am I here?
I always say that.
You do. But we're excited to be here. This is our first Trick or Triviality episode on Airwave. So I figured we mentioned it up at the top. Airwave Media.
It's a treat for us and all of the listeners.
It is. You may be hearing some ads now.
You're treated to some ads.
Yeah, you are treated to some ads. If you don't want
Not a trick, we're gonna keep doing it.
If you don't want razor blades in your treats, you can go to Patreon and get all the episodes ad free from the main feed.
Turns out that just like real life, that also never happens.
That's true. It doesn't happen. But you can still go to Patreon and get all of our episodes ad-free. We just want you all to know that we're still releasing those ad-free if you're over there. If not, we hope you like some of the products. We're going to start picking them pretty soon for some host read ads. And once we know what they are, we'll let you know. And, Ken was really excited about getting the products here in studio to try.
Only the finest of products.
Right. So if we get a mattress, are we just going to record on the mattress?
That brand name? Or
Oh, I guess.
Because they didn't give us anything.
Oh, that's true.
It is seasonal on brand.
Well, I did say
mattress for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
I said
That's
on
3 bleeps, guys. Stop saying the brand name.
So I'm going to change the brand name so you don't have to bleep this part of it, because on a previous episode, it might have been a previous Trick or Triviality, I said that the mattress we were sleeping on was made from the ghost of
Devon Sawa.
Of dead Devon Sawa. Yeah. But anyway, speaking of dead Devon Sawa, we have a really special guest here today, truly a sequel, unlike many other years, because he's back for more carnage. And our host today, you may have heard him on last year's Trick or Triviality, is Justin Shady. How are you, Justin?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me back.
No problem. Your questions last year were so brutally disgusting and offensive that we wanted to have you back for a second round.
Well, hopefully this sequel doesn't suck. You know, we'll see. I think these are also some of them are pretty brutal. So, listener beware. But
no, I was just joking about that. They were great last year, and I'm sure they're going to be great this year. Yeah.
So I guess a little bit of a warning, I suppose. So they might get kind of dark. So maybe listen to this one first by yourself before the kiddos, I guess.
Yeah. Or if you're especially sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Gruesome stuff.
Gruesome stuff.
Yeah, maybe give it a pass or wait a little bit, that kind of thing. And
because we love you guys, we don't want you to. Right. We don't want to creep you out.
We all float down here, but maybe you don't want to float with us.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, much like last year, I'm guessing that this is going to range from, Halloween and Halloween themes that you would see in movies into sort of the true crime and stuff like that. So
I would guess so.
Yeah, just heads up.
Yep. And thank you, Justin, for being a patron, of course. So we appreciate it. And just remind people who you are, what you do, and where you live if they want to come
Who's
to you.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
I am Justin Shady. I'm a writer living in Chicago. I write some film and television stuff. Last 2 years I've just been trying to stay sane. So that's about it.
It's Trick or Triviality 6. We know the characters. None of us have gotten killed off yet, unfortunately. So hopefully one of us will this time. But who are we going to partner with?
I'm going to take Matt here, and we're going to be 500 Days of Midsummer.
And that's Midsommar.
Midsommar.
Okay, like the Miss Flo movie. Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. And Jeff,
I thought you were talking about of insurance.
Well,
I'll bleep that too because they haven't given us money either.
That'd be a great episode or a great version of Midsummer if she was in that movie. Talking about insurance while there's a person in a bear suit and everything. Okay. Jeff, our team name, we just combined 3 horror movies, Halloween type movies, and we're going to be Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat. And just for all you fans of Joe Piscopo and Trent Williams out there, Dead Heat is a great movie. It's on 4K now. It's terrible, but it's awesome. So check it out.
It's just you. You're the only one who's a fan of that, Neal.
I think I'm the only one who's bought the movie, but...
So we have a special rules read today. Somebody said they were dressing up as Hank Hill for Halloween. So who is that, Neal?
That was Andy Warnock.
Yeah, not really, but here's a good impression of Hank Hill as doing the rules.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there will be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter a final round with the points that they have accumulated, and they will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop. Whoa!
Now I'm living in a nightmare, and I am the cream.
Thank you, Andy. And Justin, looks like we're ready to go over here. So we have all our chainsaws and weapons and scythes. And is that what it is, scythe, right? I always forget it. All right, thank you. So yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, round 1, question 1. Mine is Robert. Created by Wes Craven, Freddy Krueger first appeared in 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street. He then went on to appear in 7 sequels, a crossover with Jason Voorhees, a 2010 reboot, and even a short-lived TV series. For nearly 40 years, Elm Street's Killer of Sleeping Children has been a horror movie icon. But what is Freddy Krueger's middle name? And I can give you a hint if you want.
Is it Robert?
No.
Well, then we want the hint.
Yeah. I'll take the hint.
The hint is, I wonder if Freddy keeps his middle name secret to avoid confusion with another horror movie icon who made their debut in 1988.
Man, I don't know this one. I never heard that he had a middle name. I could tell you, or actually I can't tell you Donald Duck's middle name. I used to know that, but it's gone out my ear. So we're just going to lock in with a random guess and let you guys talk.
What about, Matt, what about Chucky? What if it's Charles?
Would 88 seems right for Child's Play.
Maybe.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe Ripley, but I think 88's too late for Alien.
And
right?
That's a weird middle name, right? So
yeah.
Let's go with Chuck.
Yeah, we'll go Chuck.
That's a great guess. We really had no idea. We just went Freddy Bartholomew Krueger.
All right. Points to 500 Days of Midsummer. It is Charles. Wow. Freddy's Christian name was or is Frederick Charles Krueger. And yes, the horror movie icon from 1988 is Chucky from Child's Play.
Yay.
All right. Question number 2. It's all very personal. The first recorded death sentence to take place on land that would become the United States was carried out in 1608 at the Jamestown colony when Captain George Kendall was executed by firing squad after being convicted of spying for the Spanish government. Within 10 years, what year did the last execution by firing squad take place on U.S. soil?
All right, Neal and I have discussed a number that we kind of like, and we'll lock in.
Yeah, I feel like this would be more recent than one would think. And Matt, you had a thought. I have a number in my head. So what are you thinking?
So I had known that the last use of the guillotine was much more recent, and a lot of the executions were more recent than you would think they were. So I was thinking like 1980.
I was gonna go as far as 1990, so we could get all the way to 1980 to 2000.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
We didn't think it was quite as recent, so we locked in 1910.
So the answer is 2010, when the state of Utah executed Ronnie Lee Gardner. Utah actually banned the firing squad in 2004, but the law wasn't retroactive. And so there are currently still 3 men on death row who have chosen firing squad as their preferred method of execution. And that means there will still be 3 more in the future.
Wow, crazy.
So, yeah, 2010.
Bad news.
That's really weird.
In Utah, of all places, too, yeah.
All right, question number 3, Arnold and Danny. One of the most iconic scenes in horror movie history is of Danny Torrance riding his big blue wheel across the orange patterned carpets of the Overlook Hotel in The Shining. As Danny rounds a corner, he abruptly stops in his tracks when he sees the Grady daughters, Alexi and Alexa, standing at the end of the hallway. Though often referred to as the Shining twins, are the 2 girls who portrayed the Grady daughters twins in real life?
I say no.
I say no twins also.
I believe they were real twins, but they made to look a little bit different. If you're okay with that, Jeff.
Sure. I believe you.
Okay, so points to Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat. Yes, Lisa and Louise Burns were both 12 at the time that The Shining was filmed.
I don't know why I know that, but
I always thought they were twins, and then I was like, no, they're just sisters in the movie, and now they're twins again. So I'll come back around.
Full circle.
I just got your Arnold and Danny reference there. Nice.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Oh, the twins. Damn it.
All right, question number 4. Up and down, up and down. The average pumpkin has approximately 500 seeds, and I could probably eat 100 times that amount in one sitting. But not all seeds are harmless to the human body. What fruit that has more than 7,500 varieties around the world contains seeds that, when ingested, releases cyanide when it comes into contact with digestive enzymes? And I can give you a hint if you want.
No, we're locked in.
We're locked in.
Apples. Pears probably too, but apples.
For sure. Apples.
I didn't know that.
How you like them apples?
Good, as long as you're not eating the seeds.
No, you could eat the seeds. It's fine.
Yep, points for both teams. The answer is apples. Yes, they do contain amygdalin, I think it's how it's pronounced, which release a tiny amount of cyanide when ingested. And also apricots, peaches, cherries, and plums also have the same effect.
So if you have
cyanide's good for
don't
you.
eat the pit.
Not a lot of people are eating the pit, though.
Yeah.
Just swallowing peach pits.
That's much harder than eating apples.
Yeah.
So if you have an abundance of those
that'd
seeds,
probably get you
You'd have
before
to
it
eat a
poisoned
lot.
you.
You'd
Yeah.
have to eat a lot.
okay.
But you could, I read it. I don't think people have died from it, but you could get acute toxicity if you ingest enough. So for question number 5, we're going to go back and forth between the 2 teams. So when it comes to picking a name, death metal bands and schlocky horror movies from the 1980s are cut from the same cloth. In this back and forth, I'm going to give each team a name. Each one will get 5 names, and each one is either the name of a death metal band or the title of a horror movie from the 1980s. And all you have to do is tell me which one you think it is.
Okay.
So
2 points
wants
each?
to start? Yeah, 2 points each. Yep.
Okay. We will start over here, I guess. Me and Jeff.
Okay. The first one is The Doctor and the Devils.
Let's say it's a film.
Okay.
Yep, it's a film from 1985. It's an American movie with Timothy Dalton. Second one, Sarcophago.
Band.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, it's a Brazilian death metal band.
Sounds awesome.
Next of them in Sepultura.
Next one is Evil Clutch.
Band, probably, right?
I'd say so.
No, that's a horror movie from 1988. It's an Italian horror movie. Number 4, Entrails of a Virgin.
Oh.
Band.
Gross. That's got to be a band.
It's a Japanese horror movie from 1986.
Ooh, pass.
All right, next one is Halloween.
Oh, it's a band.
Oh, yes, they Neil's favorite.
I've seen them.
Love
Yes.
them. Yeah.
That's right. That is a death metal band from Germany. Next one is Pestilence.
Oh, metal band. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep, death metal band from Netherlands. Okay, number 7, Witchboard.
Movie.
Yeah, 1986.
Surfing
with
Witch.
Tony Katane.
Skateboarding witch.
Show me your sex wax.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a softball, as is the next one. Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, that's a band.
Love
One of my
Cannibal Corpse.
faves.
You bet. That is a death metal band from New York. Number 9, Necrophagia.
We'll say that is a movie.
That's a band from Ohio. And number 10, Night Beast.
Movie.
I think movie, yeah.
Yep, that's a horror movie from 1982 by director Don Dohler, and it has the music by a little unknown kid named J.J. Abrams. You should check it out. It's one of my favorite horrible movies of all time.
Well, that's 8 points for us. And how many for you guys?
6. We got 6.
All right.
After 5, it looks like we're going to have 26 over here at Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat, and 500 Days of Midsummer slightly ahead with 28.
All right, let's move on to question 6. 6.
All right. So we had a question like this last year, but it's obviously a new year, so the answers have changed. It's That's So 2021. So this is the second Halloween-themed episode of Triviality that I've hosted, obviously, and after we recorded the first episode last fall. What did Google name as the top 5 most searched Halloween costumes of 2021? 1 point for each correct answer, and here are a few hints. 1 is a Disney character. 1 is a superhero. 2 are animals. And the last one is a classic.
Okay, our list of 5 is locked in.
All right, so what are we thinking here? I think the superhero, who's hot right now? Spider-Man.
Yeah, it had to be Spider-Man.
It's always the Spider-Man.
Animals, probably cats, probably one of them, right?
Cat and dog.
Cat and mouse, I think. Is it mouse the usual popular one?
I don't
Nah,
think
you're
so.
right. Let's do dog.
The classic Dracula.
Yeah, vampire.
And
Dracula.
then who's the Disney character this year? Who's hot?
I mean, is
Don't
it
get me
still
started.
Elsa?
Still Elsa? All right, we'll do it.
We were thinking Elsa or Frozen, but for the Disney character, I don't know why, but we put Moana. We knew that Batman or The Batman came out in 2021, so we said Batman.
Ooh,
yeah. We said cat, shark, and Dracula or vampire.
Is that left shark?
All right, so the answers are from number 5 to number 1, most searched. Number 1, the Disney character is Cruella de Vil.
What?
Well, they did
That
just
Cruella
have
movie came
Cruella
out.
with.
Nobody cared about that.
Nope, everyone loved it.
But
I
it's
heard.
an easy one to do.
You get a bunch of dogs and
Skin 'em.
skin 'em.
Now we're gonna
Yeah, which kid in their Cruella costume went method, and you just got to find that one.
Daniel Day-Lewis, child Daniel Day-Lewis.
I'm going to skin a dog.
Number 4, the superhero is Spider-Man.
Yay.
The next 2 are animals. Number 3 is a dinosaur. Number 4 is a rabbit.
Okay.
And the final one is a
Interesting.
witch.
A witch.
Classic.
Okay, question number 7. I call it my wedding anniversary. While October 31st is best known as Halloween, it's also known as All Hallows Eve, All Saints Eve, and Samhain. But what is the day before Halloween, October 30th, better known as? I will accept 3 possible answers for this question.
Reluctant.
So they're
All
locked in.
right.
Is it All Saints Day?
No, that's the day after. That's November 1st.
That's November 1st. So it's All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day, and we're looking for what the before.
It's that like BS one that we've heard before that like we don't really do in Chicago. But
Casimir Pulaski Day.
that
Oh, you're talking
definitely
about
do that in
Devil's
Chicago.
Night.
Devils, yes.
Because there's I believe it's an Emilio Estevez movie called Devil's Night. So yeah, we'll say Devil's Night.
We said All Saints Day.
Okay, so points to Happy Death Day. The answers are Devil's Night, Mischief Night, or Angels Night?
Depends what kind of mood you're in, it sounds like.
Question number 8. A big departure from his role on MASH. Ryan Murphy's Netflix series about Jeffrey Dahmer has been getting a lot of attention lately, mostly due to actor Evan Peters' portrayal of the killer cannibal from Milwaukee. But this isn't the first time that Dahmer has been portrayed on screen. In 2002, the low-budget film Dahmer starred a then-unknown 30-year-old actor in the titular role. Who is he?
This is wild, guys. I'm playing Jeffrey Dahmer.
I got it. I got it, man. I got it.
Jeremy Renner? Is Hawkeye? No? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he just gave... Yeah, it is. I was trying to think of who was Hawkeye.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Jeremy Renner.
Oh, my God. I thought he was way older.
So Matt gave them a freebie. I said, I got it, Matt. I got it. And Matt had to spit it out. So, yeah.
Bullseye.
Yeah, Matt. He is older. He's exactly 20 years older right now because in 2002, Jeremy Renner, who played Hawkeye in the Avengers, played Jeffrey Dahmer in the movie Dahmer.
Matt, you're about to live your own horror movie right now. I'm coming to DC.
Oh, man.
All right, question number 9. Golden Glee. The Golden Girls was a show about retired women living together under one roof that ran for 7 seasons from 1985 to 1992. Years later, Glee was a show about a high school glee club that ran for 6 seasons from 2009 to 2015. The question is, which show has more deceased main cast members as of the recording of this episode? Golden Girls or Glee?
Well, that's dark.
Now, Matt, we want to go dark, right? So let's just go dark then and say Glee.
Yeah. Nothing darker than Glee.
All 4 Golden Girls have passed now.
I believe it. Well, yes.
No, they have.
Okay, so that's 4.
B. Arthur was the last one to go.
Okay, for some reason I thought Rue McClanahan was. But yeah, so we have 4 for Golden Girls, and then I know...
Betty White. No?
Betty White was the last
Betty White.
one.
What did I say?
You said B. Arthur.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Betty White. Yeah, Betty White was the last one. B. Arthur has been gone for a while. No, because they all passed 1 year after the next, and then Betty White lived like 6 or 7 years after that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I know for Glee, guy who played, or I can't remember his character's name, but Corey, what's his name, died.
A lot of problems.
A lot of problems. The guy named Puck, who played Puck, died. He was in jail for some dark stuff. I can't remember. Oh my God, I can't remember her name. Anyway, another person died, I know for sure. So we just got to beat 4, which I don't know. Main cast members?
I think there's 2 more main Glee cast members who've gone.
I don't.
Jeez,
I'm not confident about it. I'm not confident.
Shall we just go Golden Girls?
Yeah.
To hedge our bets?
Yeah, let's go Golden Girls.
All right, so points for Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat. Yes, the Golden Girls has 4 deceased main cast members: Betty White, who died at 99, B. Arthur at 86, Estelle Getty at 84, and Rue McClanahan at 76. Whereas Glee only has 3: Corey Monteith, who died at 31, Naya Rivera at 33, and Mark Saling at 35. And interesting little fact is that the combined ages of all 3 members of Glee is 99 years, which is the same age that Betty White was when she died.
Wow.
So Betty White lived the lives of 3 Glee cast members. All right, final question of the first round. From soup to nuts. Approximately 20 million Americans suffer from one or more phobias, including Samhainophobia, which is a fear of Halloween, Pagonophobia, which is a fear of beards, and Selenophobia, which is a fear of the moon. But what is phobophobia?
I could be way off on sort of what the category clue gives us, but we're going to lock in with a guess.
So he said phobophobia, right? So if it's not the fear of fear itself, I don't know what the soup to nuts hint might be. Is there like a phrase that involves soup to nuts? Like everything from soup to nuts or something like that? Maybe it's the fear of everything.
I don't know if that's a phrase. Yeah, if it's
Let's say fear itself, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Fear itself. I thought I was onto something here. For some reason, I thought soup to nuts was like a slogan for like a magazine or something, but I think I'm way off. So in order to make up for that, we're just going to say it was a fear of Laurel and Hardy movies because they had a movie called From Soup to Nuts.
All right. So points to 500 Days of Midsummer. So from soup to nuts, soup Jeff picked up a little bit on it with the fa or faux. That was not it, but nuts is just crazy. So phobophobia is the fear of a phobia, or just the fear of becoming afraid.
Well, after the first round, it looks like 500 Days of Midsummer picking up 2 bonus points on question 6 plus 20 extra points, bringing their total to 50. And Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat looks like they're picking up 30 points, bringing their total to 56. So very close.
So the swing round is we have something in common after all. I'm going to give you guys a list of 10 paired celebrities who share a cause of death. And it'll be up to you to figure out what that shared cause of death is.
Okay. And these will not be like in movie deaths, right? These are straight up.
No, these are
life. Okay.
Real, yes. All right. So the celebrity pairs are Caligula and Elliott Smith, Natalie Wood and Whitney Houston, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Kobe Bryant. I know, too soon. Anton Yelchin and Princess Diana. Archduke Franz Ferdinand and Marvin Gaye. King Alexander of Greece and Steve Irwin. David Carradine and Michael Hutchins of INXS. Bill Paxton and Richard Nixon. Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack, and Jimi Hendrix and Attila the Hun.
All right, we'll be back after a short break.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
And we are back with our answers. Let's get going. Who are the celebrities again?
All right, so the celebrity pairs again are... The first one is Elliott Smith and Caligula.
For this one, I vaguely remember something about Elliott Smith, that it was a suicide, though it's a little bit debated to this day if it was, but we just said suicide.
Yeah, I think these were knife wounds. I guess we would say stabbed.
All right, yeah, points to Happy Death Day. Yes, they died as a result of stabbing. All right, second pair is Natalie Wood and Whitney Houston.
For that one, we said drowning.
We also said drowning.
Yep, points to both teams. Whitney Houston and Natalie Wood both drown. Number 3 is Stevie Ray Vaughan and Kobe Bryant.
I believe these were both helicopter crashes, but we'll just say, air crashes.
They were both, in fact, helicopter crashes.
Yep, both helicopter crashes. Number 4, Anton Yelchin and Princess Diana.
Although vastly different varieties of said accident, we both said car accidents.
Yep, we said car accidents.
Yep, points to both teams. They both died as a result of a car accident. Number 5, Archduke Franz Ferdinand and Marvin Gaye.
We said shot.
Yep, we said injuries related to gunshot wounds.
Yep.
It's very specific. Injuries related to gunshot wound. Specifically the bullet from the gun.
Yes, both Archduke Franz Ferdinand and Marvin Gaye were shot by Marvin Gaye's dad.
You said it.
They were both shot by Marvin Gaye's dad. So just...
He was the original Quantum Leap.
Okay, number 6, King Alexander of Greece and Steve Irwin.
We didn't know how specific to be on this one, but we said killed by fish.
Yeah, we said killed by an animal.
All right, so points to Happy Death Day. Yes, they died as a result of an animal attack.
We're taking points on this one. Come on.
That's fine.
But the King's was a terrestrial animal. You can't just say fish.
So yeah, King Alexander.
Triviality 6, Revenge of the Landfish.
King Alexander of Greece, is pretty interesting. He was out walking his dog around the palace, and he got bit on the shin, I believe, by a macaque monkey, and didn't treat it, and died a couple days later.
Can't do that.
What's a macaque monkey though? Is it like a
I'll show you.
See, you thought the questions were softballs, but so are the jokes.
Cock monkeys, the fish of the land.
They are.
Okay, number 7.
You got a freebie with the Jeremy Renner, so we're even.
We could have come up with that.
All right, number 7. Michael Hutchins of INXS and David Carradine.
We said hanging, but let us know if you need us to be more specific.
Yeah, we
not be though.
We'll take the pleasure out of it. We're just going to say hanging.
Yeah, hanging is fine. We don't need to
get into
make this any worse than it already is. Okay, number 8, Bill Paxton and Richard Nixon.
Said died during surgery.
I believe the official cause is stroke.
Yeah, so points to Happy Death Day. It was a stroke. Bill Paxton did die during surgery, but he died of a stroke, and Richard Nixon died of a stroke as well.
Okay, that's fair.
Number 9, Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack.
Very debatable on this one. We couldn't quite figure out what we were going for, but we said like some sort of poisoning.
We guessed drug overdose.
So no points. Both Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack, who was Brittany Murphy's boyfriend, both died of pneumonia. There's some speculation of what, but yeah. So,
wow.
And then the
I was
last
talking
one,
about like they were thinking that it was like mold spores or just it's all very bizarre. The whole thing is bizarre.
Yeah, it's really weird. And I know that Matt, you were talking about that documentary, but I don't know literally the only thing I've ever seen Brittany Murphy in is that documentary, but it's very fascinating. So you should keep watching it. It's pretty weird. And then number 10, Jimi Hendrix and Attila the Hun.
So we thought Jimi Hendrix was related to an OD, but that didn't really make sense for Attila. So we thought it was probably asphyxiation for both.
So I've read the Attila the Hun story not too long ago for a question, and if I remember correctly, he he got married or something like that, and he got really, really wasted, and he had a nosebleed, and he choked on his own blood. So we said died of choking.
Yeah, I'm going to give points to both, actually, asphyxiation and choking. But yes, Jimi Hendrix died from choking on his own vomit. And you're absolutely right, Neil. Attila the Hun died from choking on his own blood from a nosebleed.
After the swing round, it looks like 500 Days of Midsommar picking up 30 points, bringing their total to 80. And Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat picking up 45 points, bringing their total to 101.
All right, on to round 2. Question number 1. It was my college dorm room number. A human skeleton is made up of 206 bones, and each one falls into one of 4 categories. What are those 4 categories? I can give you guys a hint if you want.
Oh, please.
Sure.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. 2 are based on size, and 2 categories are based on their shape.
I wouldn't. I don't know how to
That doesn't
approach
help,
this.
no.
I'm sure the Bone Doctor,
I've
Chase
got a couple
Ansock,
skeletons in my closet, but I don't know how to do this.
Chase Ansock is going to be in the Discord raving about this question. I know that for sure.
Chase, why didn't you prep us for this ever?
He's got a huge back tattoo of these are the 4 bone types.
Wow.
He's like what's the Ray Fine movie, the Brett Ratner one?
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, yeah. He's got the Red Dragon like tattoo of the bones.
I don't know how to approach this. I'm tapping out for us. Unless you got something to say, Matt. You got something to say?
Nope. I was just gonna say femurs. I don't know. I got nothing.
I feel like you got your whole bones, your holy bones. Those are the bones with holes in them.
The lovely bones.
I was thinking, as dumb as it sounds, what if there's like short bones and long bones?
Okay, let's do that. Short
Okay.
bones and long bones, and then you've got
your dense bones and your hollow bones.
Sure.
I
Are
hope
we
not.
a bird?
Yeah.
All right, what's the answer, Justin? We've had it with this question.
All right, so Neal was onto something there. Yes, the 4 categories are long bone, short bone, flat bone, and irregular bone.
Irregular bone, Jeff.
Nope.
See, I thought I was onto something there.
You were, in fact. I recently heard, by the way, that 206 is just kind of an average. Much like when you're a kid, your bones start to fuse together. They can continue to fuse together as you get older, and you can go down to as low as like 180 something.
You want one more?
Really?
So I'll break your bones.
See, I figured it was
no joke. Yeah, it's crazy.
I figured it was long bone or short bone because if you think of these scientists from the old days when they're like coming up with this, they have no idea what the skeleton is. They're probably like, "This is a long one. This is a short bone." So that's where my gut was.
This is a phalanges.
This one's irregular.
Weird ass hips.
Used to be called a weird bone. Okay, question number 2. Take Me Home, Mountain Mama. The Mothman first appeared in print on November 6th, 1966, when the Point Pleasant Register ran a story titled Couples See Man-Sized Bird, Creature, Something in its daily edition. 1 year later, on December 15th, 1967, the cryptid forever cemented its place in urban legend lore when it was tied to the collapse of the Silver Bridge over the Ohio River, which resulted in the deaths of 46 people. What 2 states did the Silver Bridge connect?
We can lock in. I remember this from the movie.
Okay, we're locked in.
Are you talking about the Mothman prophecies?
You're taking into account the category name, right?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
100%.
All right, then we're in.
Oh, what was the category name again?
Don't worry about it, Neal.
I've only allowed to say it once, actually.
Category name was Take Me Home, Mountain Mama.
Oh, okay. So I thought Point Pleasant was New Jersey.
So,
They got the devil to worry about up there.
I think Justin said,
that's true.
and he can correct me if I'm wrong, he said Ohio at some point in the question.
Said Ohio River.
The Ohio River.
Yeah, the bridge spanned the Ohio River.
So we want Take Me Home. That's West Virginia.
Yeah. I think Ohio and West Virginia touch.
I hope they touch.
Do you want to guess Ohio and West Virginia?
Yeah, let's go for it. Scott Barber, give us some luck.
What do we say, Matt?
We said Ohio and West Virginia.
All right, yeah, points all around. The Ohio River flows along the southern and eastern part of Ohio, and the Silver Bridge connected Ohio and West Virginia. Good job. All right, question number 3. Blade Be Ruth. You guys kind of touched on this early on when we were talking in the intro, but here we go. When it comes to trick-or-treating, the 1980s created a wave of parental paranoia as stories of tainted and poisoned candy circulated through communities. Some parents took their kids' candy to hospitals to have the candy x-rayed, which is weird, while others stopped letting their children trick-or-treat altogether. From the peak of the hysteria in October 1982 to today, within one, how many children have died from tainted or poisoned trick-or-treat candy from strangers?
Do you want to say 1 so we get 0 to 2?
Yeah, I think it might actually be 0,
I think it's 0.
I think but
say 1 just in case.
We'll say -1
just in
really
case there was a little
dicks.
botulism in one of them.
Yeah.
It's funny that Justin should say from strangers because I do think that there were a couple who died, but they were poisoned, like deliberately. But I would say 1 to hedge our bets, but I'm almost positive it's 0.
I was thinking 0 too, but yeah, maybe we just say 1, like you said.
Okay, yeah, so points all around. You're right. Though there have been an extremely small number of verified cases of children dying from poison or tainted candy, all of that candy was tainted by somebody that they knew. So the answer is 0.
And hey, guys, nobody's giving away free weed to your kids either. So
Oh yeah,
you got to pay for that.
Or did you see like the multicolored fentanyl now that everyone's freaking out about?
Yeah, nobody's giving away free drugs.
No.
Well, if you come to this household, you're going to get the Limitless pill, naproxen, ibuprofen.
You're getting medicine.
And then if you say trick or treat 3 times, I'll just rub and slather Tiger Balm all over you.
It's like when the parents give away
Neal.
the beer to the parents, except for you, it's Tiger Balm.
It's Tiger Balm to the parents, the pills to
Just
the
got
kids.
your glove on.
Yeah, just
Pills
one
to the
glove.
kids.
With
I
the
mean,
menthol
he's going to give it
ointment
out,
on
but he's not going to put the balm on. That's someone else's job.
Yeah, who told you to put the bomb on?
I was just going to say, who told you to put the balm on? All right. It's funny that this should be the next question. Question number 4. That's a big-ass pumpkin, Charlie Brown. In October 2021, Guinness World Records named a 2,702-pound pumpkin the heaviest ever on record. What country was the pumpkin grown in? And I'll give you a hint. The hint is, I hear there are absolutely no houses available to rent in this particular region of the country where this record-breaking pumpkin was grown.
All right, we're in.
Oh, Moldova? Is this a Seinfeld reference?
Oh.
Or then there's no country or houses available to rent? Where's George always saying he's going to...
No, it's where... Yeah, I think you're right. Moldova. Yeah, because that's where... I thought it's where Elaine... Oh, no, that's where she goes with the maestro, I thought. Anyway, yeah, let's go Moldova.
Matt?
Well, the maestro has a villa in Tuscany.
That's
and
right.
I believe he doesn't want anyone there, so it's Italy would be the country.
That is correct. The pumpkin was grown in Italy, and more specifically in the region of Tuscany. Good job.
There are no houses in Tuscany? Not one.
And our Behind the Trivia episode with Mark Metcalf was thanks to Justin. That's your friend.
Mark Metcalf is my friend. Hello, Mark, if you're listening. Okay, question number 5. This was a Pizza Hut. What retail store did founder Joe Marver first open as a pop-up shop in the Castro Valley Mall in San Francisco in 1984? As of October 31st, 2021, the chain had close to 1,400 stores open all across the country, though that number drastically plummeted the following week.
Reluctant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then it drastically changed.
Is that Spirit Halloween? Because they close all their stores?
Oh,
right
yeah.
after Halloween?
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, because if you start in 88 and it's built up 1,400 stores, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I had the answer. This was a Pizza Hut or whatever you said. Yeah, Spirit Halloween.
You're coming to a Sears near you.
Yep, that's right. The answer is Spirit Halloween. Good job.
After 5 in the second round, it looks like the team over at 500 Days of Midsommar picked up 40 points, bringing their total to 120. And Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat picking up 30 points, bringing our total to 131.
All right, question number 6. He's just a Spider-Man ripoff. Whose venom is more deadly, a rattlesnake or a Black Widow spider?
It's got to be.
Is that per dose or per bite?
Per ounce.
Oh.
Okay, we're locked in.
All right, so he says it's per volume basically, and not per instance of dosage. So I would say then Black Widow. I would think you'd be more likely to die from a rattlesnake bite, but it's probably due to the high amount that's delivered.
Well, we discussed. We didn't really discuss, but in my head, I discussed, and I feel like people have survived rattlesnake bites quite a lot, but I don't think many people have ever survived a Black Widow bite. Leaned that way, and it's smaller, probably packs a big punch. So we said Black Widow.
Okay, so points all around. But Ken, you were right. Neil, you were wrong. So the venom, the venom of a Black Widow spider is approximately 15 times more deadly than a rattlesnake's venom. But just because of the sheer amount of venom that goes into a person with each rattlesnake bite, obviously it's usually more deadly. So approximately 10 to 15 people die in the United States every year from poisonous snake bites just in general, whereas only 4 to 8 people die from poisonous spider bites a year. So
just remember, it's venom if they bite you, poison if you bite them.
And if either one bites you, please get treated.
Yes.
ASAP.
I believe the most poisonous snakes are garden snakes, a certain gardener snake, and then a Japanese snake where if you eat them, you're dead, from my research.
Okay.
So I'm safe. Well, that's fine.
I'm not about to eat a snake anytime soon, so should be fine.
And the category was he's just a Spider-Man ripoff was actually just about venom, not about.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Right. Question number 7. What we all hope to leave this world with. What is the name of the creative technique that was invented by bored French surrealists looking to pass the time? This process typically begins with a written word or a drawn image, which is then passed to another person who adds to the piece by only looking at what the previous collaborator added to the composition.
So, Matt, this is like a game of telephone, but with painting.
Right.
I don't know what that would be called, but what would I like to leave this world with? Let's call this game Dignity.
You draw dignity? I can show it to the cat because he'll get it.
Notoriety?
That notoriety
Fame?
sounds like a pretty cool game name.
It's a good answer.
I like that. You want to go with that?
Notoriety.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so no points with this question. The answer is Exquisite Corpse. So this game got its name when surrealists first played the game and came up with the first sentence ever created with the game, which was, quote, "The exquisite corpse shall drink the new wine."
Sounds like it's from a Cronenberg movie. Long live the new flesh. Exquisite.
I need to watch that new one.
Yeah.
And the exquisite corpse.
The exquisite corpse. What is it? Drinks the new wine?
Yes, the exquisite corpse shall drink the new wine. Yeah. All right, on to question number 8. It was a house of horrors, but now it's a nice 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a sex dungeon. What U.S. state has the strictest real estate laws when it comes to informing potential home buyers of deaths that have occurred in or on the property?
You know what? If that reduces the price of the property, I'm in. I'm all for it. In this market, in this economy, like I don't want a murder house, but I'll take it if the price is right.
For like,
Matt, you want to pick one of the 50?
Yeah, I'm gonna base it based on the likelihood that someone would die in their home and the likelihood that they would have tough real estate rules.
Okay, we're locked in.
I read about this or saw it in a TV show or a movie, and I'm trying to remember it, but I saw a comedic sketch about it actually.
I'm imagining Werner Herzog as your realtor.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was making me think a little bit. Yeah, of Indiana.
What do you think would have strict real estate laws?
I know this too.
New York? I mean...
No, maybe, but I mean, Florida, a lot of people die.
Yeah, probably.
But they don't love laws.
That's true. They always govern just a little bit under the law, and it gets really annoying for people behind them. I think... I knew this. I'm so sorry. I knew this fact, and I've forgotten it. I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you pick because
I never knew this fact. So, what does your gut tell you?
My gut's wrong. It's either California or
I believe California. They like to warn people of a lot of stuff.
All right, you want to go California?
Sure.
Okay.
Matt?
Based on their love of legislating everything, I also thought California.
All right, yeah, so points all around. California. The law requires that any death, natural or unnatural, that occurred in the past 3 years in or on the property must be disclosed to any potential home buyers. I feel like this question might benefit Matt a little bit more than everybody else. The category is put a pumpkin in it. Starbucks pumpkin spice latte was first introduced almost 20 years ago in 2003. But does the pumpkin spice latte of 2022 have any actual pumpkin in it?
Let me just pull up the syrup bottle here. Look at the ingredients. We can lock in.
I'm trying to think. I feel like when I used to work at Starbucks, not the coffee conglomerate, a different place. I think
you worked for Starbucks, actually.
Yeah, I was on a boat. Yeah. I think it didn't have any pumpkin in it when I worked there.
Highly unlikely it has pumpkin in it.
But he said as of 2022, outrage, Howard Schultz wanting to make friends again. Now that he's back in the company, maybe they actually did put some pumpkin in it. What's your reasoning? What do you think?
Maybe. It would be very little, though, because the pumpkin flavor is not pumpkin as far as I'm concerned.
I could be way off, but I'm just thinking because it was specified 2022. So I'm thinking maybe there's like 1% pumpkin.
No, actually, I believe that around 2017, 2018, somewhere around then, that they did add pumpkin puree to the mix of cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and all the other things that actually make pumpkin spice. So I think it does have very little, but some pumpkin puree in it.
There you go.
Yeah, so Matt's absolutely right. So, but the year was 2015. Yes, in 2015, after many customer complaints, Starbucks finally added pumpkin to their pumpkin spice latte. All right, last question of the round, number 10. It's in his nature to tease. Since we started regulation with Freddy's middle name, we'll end it with Jason's original name. What first name did screenwriter Victor Miller initially give the hockey masked killer?
Archibald.
Yeah, Rudiger.
Voorhees. Rudiger. Millhouse.
Arnold Palmer. Loves the tease.
Arnold Palmer. Yes.
Arnold Palmer Voorhees. So in his nature to tease, I'm not getting anything from the tease. If I hear nature, I think Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I don't think it's Rick Voorhees. Wait, is this his middle name or his original first name?
His original name.
His original before it was Jason.
Okay, so I don't think it's Rick. It's not very menacing. Can you think of anyone else that teases? Rick. Yeah, this one I have no idea. Yeah, let's say in his nature to tease. We'll say, what do you think, Bully? No, that's not a name. Yeah, we'll say Bully.
Good old Bully Voorhees. No. So no points. When you tease somebody, you're joshing. The answer is Josh. Jason was originally named Josh, which was Victor Miller's oldest son's name, but then he combined Josh and his son Ian to come up apparently with Jason, or Jason was a thing before, so yeah, he came up with Jason. So
at the end of regulation, it looks like Team 500 Days of Midsummer is going to be ending with 155 points, and Team Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat is going to be ending with 161 going into the final round. Just a reminder to everyone, you should come join us. We haven't talked about this in a long time, but we're on The Crop, obviously, on Facebook. You can follow us on social media at Triviality Pod, and also our Discord. Our Discord keeps growing every day. Lots of new folks coming in saying hello. If you join us on Patreon, you actually will get a Discord code. You can come join us over there as well. So come say hi to everyone. Matt's in there doing a bunch of board games and stuff. Is that right, Matt?
That's true. We've been playing pretty much every Thursday, Fridays, and Saturday nights. A bunch of us get together. We do Jackbox games. We play code names. It's super fun. Come join the community and hang out.
Sounds great.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, if you're done listening to Triviality for the week and you've listened to all the bonus episodes and Patreon bonus episodes, go play some board games with Matt and friends and everyone else on the Discord.
Yeah, do your homework first. Listen to us, and then you can play your games.
There you go. And just to add to the fright of the episode, me and Neal are having a little debate about whether we should get the points for the fish question. We came to the agreement, the frightful agreement, that if we win by 5, then Neal will kill me. And that seems reasonable.
We will be sleeping with the fishes.
All right, your categories for the final round are villains, monsters, psychopaths, creepies, and crawlies.
All right, both teams are going all in for their wagers, and we're just reaching inside the little Halloween bag and see what kind of questions we pull out. So, what do we have, Justin?
All right, question number 1 is villains. Most horror movie buffs know Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger and Kane Hodder as Jason Voorhees, but what iconic horror movie character is actor Roger L. Jackson best known for? Question number 2, monsters. When they debuted, what classic monster was first described as being a beautiful, 8-foot-tall creature with proportional limbs, long flowing black hair, and teeth of a pearly whiteness? Question number 3, psychopaths. While Anthony Hopkins will forever be bonded to Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, who did director Jonathan Demme originally approach to play the role? Question 4, creepies. In the early 1800s, adults in Great Britain were eating more sugar than ever, and they had the rotting teeth to prove it. Wealthy people could afford dentures, which were often carved out of ivory, but only the richest of the rich could afford the most expensive dentures of the time. What were these dentures made out of? And finally, number 5, crawlies. In measurement, centi, C-E-N-T-I, denotes 100 or 100th of something, and milli, M-I-L-L-I, denotes 1,000 or 1,000th of something. But while an average centipede does have close to 100 legs, within 50, how many legs does an average millipede have?
All right, we have the questions. We'll be right back after a short break. All right, our answers are all locked in, and Matt, we will see what fate we will reap tonight.
It might be grim.
It might be grim.
All right, so question number 1, villains. What iconic movie horror character is Roger L. Jackson best known for?
We tossed around a few here, Matt. We have 30 points on the line. We said the Leprechaun. We said Michael Myers. Yeah, baby. And lastly, we said Pinhead, and that's the one we're sticking with.
I noticed in the question here that you didn't say who did Roger L. Jackson play or perform as, because it was just his voice, and we believe it's Ghostface.
Yeah, good job to
Wow.
Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat. Yes, Roger L. Jackson was the voice of Ghostface in the Scream franchise. All right, question number 2, monsters. What classic monster was described as a beautiful 8-foot tall creature with proportional limbs, long flowing black hair, and teeth of a pearly whiteness?
We were liking Dracula for this one, but the 8 feet and a couple missing features prevented us from picking Dracula, and we're going with Frankenstein's monster.
Oh, we didn't even think about that one.
I don't know. I don't know about the long flowing black hair, but we just guessed werewolf, Wolfman.
Yeah, so points to 500 Days of Midsommar. It is Dr. Frankenstein's creature from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein from 1818. Good job. Question number 3, psychopaths. While Anthony Hopkins will forever be bonded to Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, who did director Jonathan Demme originally approach to play the role?
Well, we don't know. We know Brian Cox portrayed him before, so we thought maybe he was invited back. Brian Cox.
He tortured all his victims by going ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing, the
I know.
McDonald's commercials.
You know, some ad exec was like, "Oh, I love Succession. I really want Brian Cox to do it." And he's probably like, "Pay me money and I'll say whatever." So this
Kinda
one
how that works, yeah.
This one,
I'll say whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. This one threw me for a little bit of a loop because I could have my film lore incorrect, but I believe at one point Gene Hackman was going to play Hannibal Lecter and direct the movie himself, but he said no. But I believe Jonathan Demme, when he was chosen as director, wanted Sean Connery, and we went with Sean Connery.
Yeah, so points to Happy Death Day. It is Sean Connery. There's a clue in there. While Anthony Hopkins will forever be bonded to Hannibal Lecter. Sean Connery turned it down because he said the script was, quote, disgusting. And actually, Anthony Hopkins, the first time he read the script, also turned it down because he said he thought it sounded too much like a, quote, kids movie. So two very different interpretations of the same material.
The tucking scene is too childish.
Question number 4, creepies. In the early 1800s, what were the richest people of Great Britain having dentures made out of?
We said human teeth.
We went with a lesser known Red Hot Chili Peppers song and said porcelain.
So points to 500 Days of Midsommar. It is human teeth pulled from corpses.
Wow.
We are neck and neck here. We're at each other's throats, so to speak.
We are. We talked about human bone, and we're like, well, maybe that's too easy, and we thought porcelain would be a little bit more, fine china. Grab your china, guys. Turn them into teeth.
So it's coming down to the number guess, people.
Toilet mouth.
So this is
little toilet mouth Johnson.
So just a little
seriously, guys, I'm just trying to be your friend here, guys. Okay, come on. Sorry.
That's all right. So after the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, corpse teeth became a huge commodity on the black market because there were so many dead soldiers. So they were ripping teeth out of dead soldiers and putting them in rich people's mouths. So
check out my new death metal band, Corpse Teeth.
I think that was a horror movie in the 80s. Okay.
We're known as OPT, other people's teeth.
Last question, Crawleys. Within 50, how many legs does a millipede have?
All right, here we go. I'm peeking over at your answer, and it is not in our range. So it's coming down to this. We say 225.
We said 350.
All right. So Happy Death Day. Yeah, the answer is 300. So you just come in with it. Yeah, good job. Wow.
That's disappointing. But at least I don't get killed by Neal now. Well, I kind of want to now.
Oh, no, you're dead for sure.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh, you're dead.
Don't even know it yet. I thought it was this one.
I'm gonna set a pack of Wolverines on Ken. After the final round, as Ken said, each question went back and forth between both teams, meaning the final question was the one that was going to decide it. So losing 30 points in the final round is 500 Days of Midsommar, ending with 125. But today's cream of the crop with 191 points is Happy Death Day of the Dead Heat.
And you, Triviality, I'm talking to you. You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
Would you be the cream of the crop? I'd be the cream of the crop so hard.
Ken is tucking right now.
No.
No.
Well, we don't know that for sure, so we'll determine it.
My legs are crossed.
That was
Sorry, guys, for putting that image in your head.
Sorry, everyone. Justin, that was an awesome game. Great questions, great mix of questions. I think it bested the first one, so I think the sequel was better in this case.
Oh, perfect. Thanks. No, I love doing this every year, and this is definitely my wheelhouse because I just love all things kind of weird and creepy. So thanks for having me again, and look forward to next year. But if you want to go with somebody else, that's fine. But you're all dead to me. So
you're on the short. You're on the short list.
Anyone you'd like to give shout outs to? Any final words from you before we kill you?
I'll say because I am a terrible parent. I'll say hi to my kids, Gray and West, because I usually listen to this with them in the room. They usually just ignore it, but whatever. And thanks to my wife for putting the kids to bed tonight. It was great. No, I'm just gonna sit down here in the basement and drink. And just tell her that it went for like 6 hours long.
It was a 6-hour recording.
All right, everybody. Well, that will do it. We want to say thanks to Justin one more time. Thanks to Matt, Jeff, Neal, and myself. That was Triviality. No.
All right.
I said you got the free runner.
Yeah, I never agreed to giving you
got the
fish.
Free Hawkeye. We got the free fish.
Okay, you're gonna win by 5 points then. That's what's gonna happen.
You're still up.
No, I know. Okay.